Hi, everyone. I guess I'm here. It started before I did. How is everybody tonight? Um, I don't know about you guys, but I've had a crazy week. Um, uh, Not my average crazy, just Um, and I'm in one of those kind of I can't believe I made it here tonight kind of moods because I'm one of those people. I get up so early in the morning, and the day can either go really smoothly or it can get all messed up, And when you get up at like sometimes 3:30 in the morning, okay, let's see, how many hours have I been kicking around? It's about 7 p.m. here. So it's like, okay, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I got to count on my fingers. I'm that tired. Yeah. Um, but I am here and I'm having my coffee. At least I'm going to try. Mm. And I hope all you guys have joined me tonight. Uh, I've I've been online, okay, a lot this week, checking out different things from around the web, and and I've got friends that are like uh, on my friends list, I mean, on your Facebook page. You have all these friends on your Facebook, page list, right? Friends list, and they're interesting people on my friends list, because I mean, I got people like Kyle Osborne, Kyle Olson, sorry, Kyle, and Joe the plumber, right? Um, a nice young lady by the name, I think she says her last name is Jalik, okay? A Christian minister out in California, I believe. And of course, there's Rich, Rich Young, Richard, and he's also a minister, okay, and he's um, he's involved in missions, putting together missions teams, to assist people for medical aid, in various all over the globe, and this year, this summer actually, I think it is. When does it start? No, I can't remember, but it's later on anyway. In a few months, I think it's October. They're putting together a team to go to. Oh my goodness! Like I said, I'm tired. It's over in Africa anyway. Richard, you're gonna have to straighten me out. I gotta get more sleep. Uh, Go look in my feed, you'll see. Okay, I'm not joking. It's really there. They're going over there this year, and they need a bunch of people. Right? They need doctors, right, and the different types of doctors, and obstetricians and regular MDs and nurses and whatnot, and they're they need just lots of help, and so I'm gonna ask you guys if you know folks that are got their heart set to help others, okay, and they love the Lord, then and they've got enough money behind them, or they can get folks together to dig up donations for them to go on a mission. Get in touch with Richard Young. I have posted his pages and his information. Kenya, oh boy, my is out to lunch, but it's a mission to Africa, and they are in fact going to be going this year. So, and anyone who's interested in that, please get in touch with him and tell him that I sent you, okay? Because he knows who I am, right? Okay, and he'll say, okay, no, I get you, because he knows I've been advertising that for him. Right now, with all this stuff that's been going on, right, in the United States, right, and in the world, boy, it's been too much of a troubling time during the last few weeks. That there's so many things, and I wish, okay, that I knew, right, uh, what is sometimes, it's difficult. Sometimes you just can't get out of your, out of your house, out of your chair, and go join these groups that are going to be getting together, okay, to protest and all of that. At least that's my situation. I find myself, wanting to be at there's the rallies that are coming up on the 28th, okay, of this month, and wanting to be at one of them. They're having one in New Hampshire. They're not having one in Maine. My closest is in New Hampshire, right, for the Women's March, against Planned Parenthood. I'm not going to be able to make that this year, but you folks, okay, it's if you're in that neighborhood, every state, there's a lot of states that are doing that right now, all on the same day, I believe. And please, if you're so inclined and you're close enough to one of those events and you disagree with Planned Parenthood and what they've been doing, please, please go. Okay, and make your voice heard too. I'm making it mine made, okay, by broadcasting it over the air, and by advertising. Okay, that there is this. I think it's in March or something. Anyway, it's going to be occurring on the 28th of this month. And the one that I would normally go to is in Concord, New Hampshire. I believe it's at the State House. But I can't make it. Things have gone wrong. I no longer right now have wheels. Okay, my car is not in operation, and that's why I'm waiting for my scooter. Yeah, yeah, I know. Poor grandma ends up on a weird mini motor scooter. Actually, it's more like a motorbike almost. It falls in the moped category. I don't really need anything right now to get around, except to get around down, town where I can go and do something, like shopping. I'll have my rig, and and in the future, when I get a chance to, hopefully it'll be within the next few months, I'll be able to get my car out of its problem and the wheels will be back under me. I have a real difficult time with the body lately. I've had a lot of water retention problems and being diabetic, a lot of them in the lower extremities. And my back has been really going out a lot. So, and a lot of it has got to do with the diabetes, I know, and, trying to, keep the sugars under control. All right. It's not easy, and I'm on too many insulins. But I'm working on it. I took a couple of walks here or there, last week, trying to work out the muscles. I think that somebody said, that's what you have to do. You have to walk, even though it's so painful you can't. Right? Okay. All right. Now, I posted a couple of recipes. Well, I sort of did. It's one column, okay, and I've got marinara sauce, okay, there for your pasta, okay, it's the real deal, okay. I do remember that I forgot one thing, okay, and I'm going to go back and put it in later, but it's just basically maybe a quarter teaspoon or so of salt. Everything else is listed. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking of it. Oh, well, I know what I was thinking. I don't use salt that often, because of my medical problems. But yeah, it should have some salt in there. if you don't have the same problem I do. But I don't find it to be any, really, I think that the Italian sausage, it's got enough kick to it that you don't really need the salt, in that recipe. So anyway, guys, okay, we're going to get off the topic of the food. The reason I said there was two recipes in there is because I gave you a little tip on how to make bruschetta. Okay, all right, which is super simple that you can serve with that, or garlic bread, garlic toast, cooked up in the oven. Okay, I mean, under the broiler. Okay, right, toasting it right up nice. Okay, now I must be hungry. Talking too much about food. All right. Now, what else did I want to say? Yeah, I found this old, old article, okay, about, those of us who were staying at the House of Maranatha back in 1971, okay, at a time, it was in April, so it was probably like just uh, a few weeks before I got there. And they were planning for, I believe it was a concert and a march, okay, and they were referred to as revolutionaries, okay. So I guess back in the day, we were called revolutionaries, um, and we were kind of like, see, Bobby, he probably got all confused because when I sent him the records that I originally sent, they weren't really records. They were like, from my memory, what I could remember, my memory that was coming back to me back then, 20 years ago. Um, and I tried to explain it, okay, and I called us street Christian warriors, okay. Well, it's the same thing, okay, an army for the Lord, right? If you go down there in the feed, right, you would find that, I also have in there posted a brother that I can't remember his name, but he's a Christian brother, and they're out there and they're doing street Christian ministries, okay, and they were um, they were in Washington, I guess, okay, at the video that they're in that I have in my feed, they were preaching and trying to set the people straight, okay, about this gay marriage thing, okay, the same-sex marriage deal now that's going on, all right, and the way that the church, should feel about it, okay, because of the way that God feels about it. So, all right, I'm not going to get into a big preaching thing tonight. All right, but that's down in there. And it was just interesting that I ran across by accident this old article from back in 1971 that talked specifically about the House of Maranatha, okay, on East 13th Street in Tucson, Arizona. And that's the house where I had stayed, right? I had been helped by, Brother Tex, who is Rich Young's daddy. Okay, Clarence Young is his real name. He and Jack Moran, okay, who was my friend, okay, and an associate in the Jesus movement, who had just gotten out of Vietnam. Okay, he had routed my map, right, from Manchester, New Hampshire, to head out on the road to go to Tucson, Arizona, to the House of Maranatha, right? Back when this whole mess, kind of started, and as far as, the date that I actually left Manchester, attempting to escape the gang elements there when I was 15 years old, right? Now, yeah, so it was an interesting article for me because I hadn't read anything about the house, in a long time, except for, when I went to the website, because the House of Maranatha website is there. It's on Facebook, in case anybody wants to go check it out. Okay, it was a very real place, right? And so I've tried to share everything that I can. But Rich, about what happened then. But Rich, he's the son of Clarence, okay, Young and Vera Young, okay, Clarence and Vera, Tex and Vera, okay, who founded the House of Maranatha. And I knew Richard as well. When I was 15, he was about the same age I was, right? So, and we both lived in that same house, right, along with some 24 other young people. And I was pretty much the youngest one there, as well as Richard, because I was only 15. And most of those folks that were staying in the house were like in, maybe 19, 20, up to, 28, 30 years old, right? Young adults, okay, but not 15. Okay. So anyway, so that was an interesting thing. And so I posted that article for everybody, and I sent it over to Richard, and I also told him that we're talking about the mission this year, okay, for which he thanked me, and it's no problem, Rich, okay, because we love you, all right, we love the work you do. Now, um, there was something else that happened this week, which kind of made me sad, made me a lot of tears, cry, 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 cry. Right. And I don't really want to talk about that, okay, but it was significant because I had been looking for, when this particular occurrence happened, okay, which I'm not going to get into exactly what it was, I was hoping, and praying inside, that finally maybe I would be able to get a message through that really needs to get, to be put forward, needs to be made clear. I had been accused by someone of fabricating my story, and that's a pretty mean and kind of a nasty, low down thing to do, to accuse someone who's telling the truth, that they fabricated their life history, right? And when they haven't. And so, I've been working kind of behind the scenes, to straighten out a few people that accused me of that. All right. And, and to try to, make, how do you say that? To get things to be more smooth between us. All right. Because, when somebody hurts you like that, they, it's because, yeah, I've had people behind the scenes, that just don't understand. They don't get it. And they're supposed to be people that care about other people, that help kids, and they run charities and things like that, and they help others. Okay. But they have forgotten that sometimes, just because somebody got older doesn't mean that, I got older, all right, but when I was a kid, I had a worse time than a lot of those kids, and to be told that you fabricated what happened to you, right, when it's not true, and especially when you have documents to back yourself up, right, and you can prove it that you're telling the truth, it's kind of a bummer, all right, when people do that to another person. And I really, the more I think about it, the more I don't get it, because the person who's doing it, I always thought was a real super good person, and why would a person who's a super good person do something to really, derail, okay, and hurt someone else, so, that being said, I'm not going to tell you who I'm talking about, because it's more than one person. Okay, I'm just putting my best foot forward to come out with my story in the most honest way that I know how. Right, and it's not easy for me. Sometimes I cry at the drop of a hat, because the things that happen in my case are not exactly your everyday stuff. Right, so. But all you guys, I really appreciate it that you keep coming here. All right, and I know I've said I don't keep friends, okay, but I hopefully you understood what I meant by that. Okay, I don't like to keep friendships that are how do you say it? They're not really friendships, okay, with superficial people that are negative, all right, that create problems, all right, for themselves and for others. All right, I try very hard to live what I would call, without being judgmental of everybody around me, a righteous life. I'm a straight person, okay? By righteous, I mean, I try to be level-headed and fair with everyone, and I'm not perfect, okay? But I honest to God, I'm one of those, none of this and none of that, because I just can't do it. I just don't know how. I don't want to, right? I don't find any enjoyment in it, guys. Sorry. So I can't go out to a bar with you. Besides, if I did go out to a bar with anybody and have a drink, I might keel over dead because of my sugars, right? It just isn't worth it for me, right? Okay. I prefer being sober, Okay. And I find myself to be reasonably happy. Mhm. Yeah. Even though I cry sometimes at the drop of a hat, I still consider myself happy. Mhm. Which, right, because I've got a lot going for me, right? I've got my granddaughter, okay, and me and her have our spouse. Oh, boy, we love each other, okay. I got 5 grown kids, all right, 3 boys, 2 girls, okay. 2 of them have survived some very serious medical handicaps, all right, and they're doing pretty darn good, and they're smart, okay. And my son Jason, whom they said way back when was going to be nothing but a vegetable for his whole life, okay, if he even made it past the age of 1.5, okay, he's doing great, and he's had a job for years. He works. Hmm. Okay. And Julie, she's doing good. She had way too many operations. I can't imagine having 18 operations. Okay. And technically, they're not done yet with her, okay, physically, but she hasn't been going back. She probably should go back and get some of that work done. That's mostly cosmetic now. So I'm blessed. Okay. I got 5 healthy kids. I've got a ton of grandkids, something like 13 or 14 grandkids, can't count them all. And I've been raising one, okay, who's a darn good girl, okay, despite her sometimes immaturities, right? Raising her since she was born, basically, And, I got, I got my life up here, okay, in a teeny town, okay, which I won't tell you what it is or where it is, except for that it's in, the great North Woods of Maine. I got this great life up here, okay, in just a normal, existence kind of house, okay, but it's my property, I own it, okay, and I've got a green backyard, okay, and I can grow roses and blueberries, okay, right, and if I want to, I can ride my scooter all around town and go 15 to 18 miles an hour on a scooter, which I've never done in my life because I'm scared of motorcycles at all, except for I used to ride in the back of one with a friend years ago. But I'm ready to try new things. Yeah. I'll show you guys the scooter, okay, when it comes in. It comes in fully assembled. I should advertise for those guys. I hope I don't have any trouble trying to get it in the house because it weighs 180 pounds and I don't have a ramp. I've got like 2 stairs, okay, and then onto the porch, the patio, which is enclosed by railings, right? And I'm hoping that I'm going to have to figure out a miracle how to get that up those stairs, okay, at 180 pounds of mobility scooter that looks like a motorcycle, right? It's got a complete package. It's got, the headlights, the tail lights, the blinkers and everything. It looks like a little, right? It's cool, right? But it's bigger than I am. You guys don't really see me, but I'm like 5 feet and 3/4 of an inch, right? And normally I'm supposed to weigh about 115. Okay, because I'm a tiny thing, but I kind of got to, yeah. Yeah, I know. Let's stop being a person that's too sedentary, right? Sorry. Yeah, but you watch, I'll get more active and I'm gonna lose it. Okay, I will. I know I will. I've done it before. Okay. So I got my little mini bike thingamahoochie, okay, coming, all right, and it's in bright sunny yellow, it reminds me of Bobby's truck when I first met him, right, bright sunny yellow truck, right. I can't remember what was the make of it though, but for some reason I think it said Volkswagen. It had the VW on the front grill. Okay, but that was, Bobby's truck, and that was 1971. But I think that's what it said. I can't remember for sure. I could have it all wrong. But I know it was a little yellow truck. okay? And it had gray insides, okay? All right? And I know Bobby had one hell of a tan when I got up close. Yeah, I know that. I got some cool memories. Why am I thinking about that? Right? I don't know. Um, did you see the song they did? Down in the Feed, okay, a little ways down. All right, they did a song which was actually originally recorded by somebody else. What's it called? You're the One or something like that. He and his wife Bridget, they did that song, and it's really cute. Okay, and I like that song a lot. So I thought I'd point that out to you so you guys can go listen to it because I do have it here. I reproduced it. Okay. Um, and I hope you'll consider, going checking out Bridget and Bobby's pages, okay? And it's not just Bridget, and Bobby, the Children's Foundation, okay? There's also the EMT, the Bobby Sherman Volunteer EMT Foundation. That page is there too, and there's a place there where, if you're so inclined, maybe you could help donate, okay? If you're out in the Los Angeles area, you might want to do that, okay? So that they could, have a little more funding available, okay, to keep those. I'm sure that those, if they have equipment, the equipment needs to be maintained and whatnot. And so, it's a good idea to go and help them out because they're doing a good thing, right? Now, yeah, as far as anything else, let's see, what else is going on this week? Oh my gosh. Can't think of anything except for the crap, that's all over Facebook, right? About Planned Parenthood and all that. Man, I hope they shut those guys down. I really do. I hated them ever since one of them in a Manchester Planned Parenthood office told me that I should, okay, and they would not remain my doctor if I refused, okay, the clinic I went to. They told me that I needed to abort my pregnancy when I was carrying my daughter, Julie. They told me I needed to. They said, this child is going to give you so much trouble. There's something seriously wrong, and you need to abort this pregnancy. And by the time they told me that, I was like 5 months pregnant. And I turned around and told that woman, I said, I am not going to kill one of my children. I don't care what's wrong, okay, with her body. I don't care if she has a problem. She's my daughter, and we're going to handle it. And she said, well, we can't keep you at this clinic. I said, bye. And I got another doctor. Okay. So, anyway, and I never have regretted it. Okay. So, anyway, guys, okay, I got to go. It's that time. Okay. And I sure hope, though, that you guys are all going to have a great week. And, I might be back toward the middle of the week. You might be noticing I'm hoarse, okay? And I think that's because I've been doing a little bit of shouting this week, right? Which every normal human being does occasionally, right? But I've had a rough week. I seem to have something going on with my larynx. So, but I intend on gargling some salt water and maybe having a little honey. Oops, can't be much because I'm, diabetic. But, I'm going to take care of it. And maybe by midweek, we can come out with something that's a pretty good subject that we can talk about. I did leave, I don't know if anybody noticed it, this week I had opened up the phone line. Nobody called. But, I will say something before I go. That I've been getting messages here, okay, in the Skype from strange guys, okay, that are impersonating officers and things, phony pictures, right? Okay. And saying they're from Afghanistan or this or that, they're in the military, all right, or, and all this crap, okay? People that say they're looking for a relationship and all that. I'm just letting you know, okay? Don't waste your time. Okay, and don't clog up my Skype, okay, with your junk, because I do screen every single message and email that comes in here, okay, to the studio. And if you are a no good Nick, I'm very good at detecting it, okay, and you are blocked, all right, and you are reported, all right. So please keep that in mind, okay, before you send me one of your um, detestable emails. Okay, all right, I appreciate that. Okay, now time to go. All right, of course, all you normal folks out there can send me a normal email anytime you feel like, day or night, doesn't matter. I won't pick it up until the next day anyway. All right. And I'll be happy to answer you if you have a question, if you'd like to appear on the show. Right, who knows, anything's possible. Okay, let's have a chit chat. Okay, all right, let's not be strangers. All right, if you're good people, I'd like to know you. Okay, keep on coming over here to my site. Right, and I appreciate you very much with all my heart. And my prayers and my love just go out to you guys, okay? Because it's only my family, okay? And my friends, except for Richard, okay, which I'm not that close with them, have passed away. So I don't really have a whole lot of friends anymore. My cousin died, and my friend Tom died. Yeah. So I appreciate it, if you feel like talking. Okay, because I'm not going to just run outside and try to, locate some stray friend somewhere. They're very few and very rare, and I'm too old to be fooled around with, in the wrong way. So, right? Okay, I'm too old to be fooling around in that way. Okay, I'm a serious person. Okay, so God bless everybody. All right. Have a great night tonight. Okay. And even better tomorrow. All right. And one heck of a terrific week until I talk with you again. All right. From me, Ethel. Okay. And Katie, who is in the other room, but is, you know what I mean. Okay. And they're watching cartoons, most likely. Okay. We'll see you next week. Okay. Good night.